Hello and welcome to Brian Scott Game. I am Brian. Today I got a game called Medieval Academy. Medieval Academy is a 2 to 5 player card drafting game created by Nicholas Polensine and with artwork by Piero and published by Iello. In this game, players are squires training to become knights. To do this, players draft and play cards to move up the ranks to win the heart of the princess, serve the king, slay the dragon, and give to the poor. So, let's check it out and I'll show you how to draft the right cards, get the most chivalry points, and be knighted by King Arthur at the Medieval Academy. To set up, place the tracks, boards, like so. Place all of each player's colored discs on the starting spot. So each player gets to choose a color. We're going to be playing a 3-player game. These boards are gallantry, tournament, jousting, education, king service, quests, and charity. These are the different things that you can do while at your Medieval Academy. Some of them get you points, some of them make you lose points, some of them do extra stuff for you. Talk more about that one later. Place the cards here. Place this thing here. It tells you which way to pass when you're drafting. Let's see, hourglass here. This is the reminder. During the first round, it goes that way, and then the other way, and so on. And give the first player Excalibur. Each player gets 5 cards. Now the drafting bee. Each player takes their hand and then chooses which one they want. So, this one, these two, they're swords, so you can move either one of these. The dragons can move the dragon, and the charity moves the charity one for that player. Now, you move the number on the card. So, he's going to go with charity, and then he passes it. This player chooses the tournament or jousting, and they choose gallantry. Drafting continues until each player has a hand of 5 cards. Then the first player chooses a card and plays it. Now, please note that you're only going to be able to play 4 of your 5 cards. So, chooses a card, places it down, and then plays it. So, he gets to choose on which one of these he moves up 4. He chooses this one. So, the blue player goes up 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, on gallantry, it scores every round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's in Roman numerals, and then it resets at the 3rd round. The tournament scores every round and resets at 3. Same thing as the jousting. This one, whenever you win, you get to move that many spaces, like 3, 2, and 1 if there's 4 or 5 players playing. This one, you get points. Same thing for this one. This one, the lower 2 people get negative points. On this one, scoring is really weird. It only scores on the 3rd and 4th round, and it resets. 3rd and 6th round, and it resets after the 3rd round. And you get 0 points from here through here, 6 points from here through there, and then 12 points there. Here, you get points, the top 2, 3 players, if there's 4 more players. And it never resets, and it only scores on the last round. And finally, charity, it only scores on the last round, but you get large negative points. Now it's the next player's turn. They're going to choose the 4 dragon. They play it, and they put 4 on the dragon track. They're going to be red. and then he plays his card. He moves 4 on the game's surface. Play continues until each player has 1 card left. They discard it. The more you play, like the farther into the game you go, the better the picture gets on what other people are going to play and what they're going to discard, and also models of what you're going to discard and play. Okay, before you start scoring, you score the gallantry. You always do the gallantry first because whoever wins gets to move themselves on the other tracks, or track. So, first player, red, gets to move his spot 3 times. So he's going to move this one 3 spaces. Because he doesn't want to be in last place, get negative points. So 1, 2, 3. Then the blue guy, he moves his 2. And he's going to do it here. So he can get some points this round. 1, 2. Gallantry is very important because of this. After that, then you score. So here we already did that. Here, first player gets 3 points. So there's this nice little piece that you can give points with. And you put it face down with the player. Once you score these 3, you gather up all the cards that were played, discard them, you deal 5 more cards, and then you play again. And you move the hourglass, and now you draft this way. You move the sword to the next player. Now, on the 3rd round, you reset all of this track and then the rest. This gallantry, tournament, jousting, education, and king service, you reset them. And then those restart. Now, you reset it here because you only score it on the 3rd round. So you score that one on the 3rd round, then it's over. Let's just say this happened. And this. And this. So now we score everything on the last round. So score those, give points, and then this one, last place gets 0. Well, anybody here gets 0 points. Anybody through here gets 6 points. So these 2 guys get 6 points. And then here, the front player gets 17 points. The back player the middle gets 10, and then they get nothing. And here, the last 2, you get -5 and -10 points because they didn't give to charity. Play continues into the last round. Players count up their chivalry points. The player with the most points wins. If there's a tie, the person farthest on the gallantry track wins. Okay, got my dad here for a parent's opinion. So Dad, what do you think of Medieval Academy?
Medieval Academy was my favorite game of 2015. It came out early in the year. It's a card drafting game, which I absolutely love. It's about medieval times, and I absolutely love that as well. It's super easy to play and quick to learn, so I enjoy teaching it to people. And it's a good family weight game for all ages, so I really enjoyed Medieval Academy.
The components are nice. We got nice cards, the cardboard boards, the turn track, the hourglass, the Excalibur turn.
Yeah, the first player token's really nice. I don't know if it really needs to be that big, but Excalibur is pretty cool. So you always know who goes first. But yeah, the boards are nice. They're double-sided, which gives you some different variants you can play with. And the wooden chips are nice, or the tokens, they're nice instead of using the kind of a plastic kind. So the really good job with the components.
Piero did awesome on the artwork.
Yeah, Piero is one of my favorite artists, and he did a really good job with this one.
It's cartoony, medieval. He did awesome.
Yep, it looked real nice, bright, vibrant colors for the boards, and the cards match. So it's obvious which ones you're choosing. So yeah, the artwork was really good.
Yeah. A bit of strategy, which cards to play when you're drafting, points, negative points.
Yeah, I really like this one because it's different with the board. Some of the boards score every round, some of them don't. So you kind of have a little bit of strategy going on, for the long haul. Which ones am I going to move slowly each round versus maybe you're going to move one really fast on one round to get some points and then forget about it. But you're right, the negative points, that can come back to bite you. The dragon has the most points, but it scores at the end. So you have 6 rounds to be moving that. The gallantry track is very important. You can't ignore that one because that one you get extra moves on any of the boards. So that can change scoring just in each round, just from the gallantry track there. So there's a lot of strategy. There's different variants you can play, which I like, so you don't get bored of the same game over and over. So there's a nice strategy there, but it's card drafting, something that's easy that people can play. You look at what the board is, you look at what's in your hand, and there's not a whole lot there. So it's really easy to teach, real easy to pick up.
That way, it's easy for kids. It's easy to pick up. Not too many rules. And
yeah, there's no reading, right? Everything's done with pictures. There's some numbers, but not a lot of rules. So it's definitely a good one for kids and families.
Overall, this is a really awesome game. Components are awesome. The artwork, so good. The strategy in it, these kids, we really like this game.
Yeah, this one's like a big puzzle for me, just because I'm trying to find the optimal move, which cards to play on which boards, which ones get you the most points. Sometimes when you think a 2-player drafting game, that it seems like it's boring, but the game designer of this one did a really interesting thing with the 2-player mode. You actually play 2 different hands, and it's very interesting. I did enjoy the 2-player version. We end up playing a lot of 2-player games because it's just us 2. But yeah, this one was surprisingly good with 2 players, so I would recommend it. But overall, again, this was my favorite game last year. Great artwork, card drafting, nice lightweight type game, doesn't take forever, and it appeals to a broad audience. So go check out Medieval Academy by Iello.
Thanks for watching Brian's Got Game. Like us on our Facebook. Send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian. This is my dad. See you next time.